Drudge. Oh, and look who it is. It's Jurgen Klinsmann. Oh, look at that. It's taken very recently. Mwah. How you doing? Oh, how are you, America? Let's have a look here. Who have we got? Oh, America. A lot of Portland. A lot of Tampa. Hello, Tampa. God, go Bolts. Heady. Very excited to be with you. I needed this today. Oh, thanks for all your love. I needed this. Genuinely, I've been looking forward to this for the whole time because we're going to... with a bolt of joy, just a bolt of human emotion, of human wonder. If this works, please. Kling. Oh, cheers, Kling. Oh,
Cheers,
man.
How
I'm
you
gonna.
doing, Raj?
I'm gonna. You know what? For you, I'm gonna light the. Oh, look at that! I'm going fancy. What do you think? Great,
I
no
love it.
expense spared. Cheers, America. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kling, I've been looking forward to seeing you. I think we all can say we needed some Kling in our life on this day of days. I'm going to give a formal introduction, then we're going to plumb it on in. Welcome back to the Wednesday Budweiser Happy Hour on Instagram Live with me, Rod Jarlison. Oh, NWSL is back, full series mania, gripping our land, drinking buds, smashing it. So I'm thrilled to have my third bud of the day. Oh, with one of my favourite people in the American game. She really is. Oh, a taekwondo master, turned fashion designer, turned World Cup winner, just your average everyday 1-2-3 punch, and NWSL champion from your Portland Thorns, an American hero known as Yinza Maldini. Oh, it's a joy to welcome Meghan Klingenberg. Oh.
Thank you. Wow, that was a hell of an introduction, man. Thank you.
Oh, it's all true. What on this frame, one of us has done everything, and then one of us has done nothing. Always be like this person, not like this person. But Kling, there is so much love for you in this nation. You are so universally admired. So many tweets from people who just want to say, Kling, I love you. Do you feel that? Do you have a sense of just how revered and adored you are?
I mean, I don't typically read through all of the tweets because, like 99% of people are nice. And then you get that one that's just like a stab through the heart and set you on fire. So I kind of like try and like, stay away from that. But I appreciate that. And our fans are amazing, regardless of whether we're just on TV and they can't come out there or they're in person. So either way, they're pretty amazing all around.
A lot of the love for you comes from how you play. You are all in every minute of every game. And a lot of that has to do with your personality off the field, which is so gracious, so spirit lifting, so transcendent. And some of it has to do with the play, 2015 World Cup, 77th minute in the group stage. You on the line, facing a volley from former teammate Sweden's Caroline Seger, heading towards the upper 90. I mean, just a disaster for America. But not tonight, says Kling. Not tonight. Like Dikembe Mutombo, stationed on the goal line. You're 5'2", but like it was like watching Alex Caruso dunk. It was just otherworldly. Go gadget Kling, head, crossbar, danger thwarted. America. Question from a GFOP at Kinnard 518. The header. Less than a millimetre above and it would have gone in. If the game ends that way, history might have been different. Do you ever get struck by that split second? Are you ever just sitting at home on your couch and you just relive it?
Actually, no, not even a little bit.
I do.
Because I don't know, like soccer to me isn't about moments, it's about the journey, It's about being there every day and laughing your ass off with your friends and, sweating really hard in the weight room and doing all this stuff that maybe people don't usually like to do, but I genuinely love. So to me, it's like, yeah, that's a really amazing moment, but the journey of all the minutes and all the hours and the days that we've been working, that's just kind of like the culmination of the work. You know what I mean?
God, I don't know, because I'm always it's about the destination, not the journey, Kling.
No,
You and
I
I
don't
approach
believe that.
everything
I don't believe that. You prepare hard for these interviews. I know you. You do all of your background. You like know everything about every player that's ever played the game. It's amazing. So you get it too. I know you do.
Where is your World Cup medal? Where'd you keep it?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm pretty sure it's at my parents' house. I'm pretty sure.
You have no idea where your World Cup medal is?
No, who cares about medals?
God, you're amazing. You're amazing. I mean, you never like take it out and just stare at each other, clinging the medal. Never.
No, like I will be honest. Like after we won, I didn't take it off for probably like a whole week till we got back in the United States, and then I was just like, all right, I gotta put this away. But I did wear it around my neck for probably a good week and wouldn't take it off.
Now, who cares about medals? I love that. I love that approach to life. How have you been holding up in the pandemic? Question from @Rach Talk Soccer. Which has been more challenging for you, being a professional athlete during a pandemic or running a newish business during a pandemic?
I don't think I can choose which one. They're both hard. But just 2020 in general is hard for everybody. You know, like 2020 is the year of suck. And I just think like, you know, you'll find this kind of cool actually. I really got into meditation a lot this year. And as 2020 has sucked over and over again, I've been learning a lot about meditation and like how to stay present and how to like bring your mind back to a place where, you know, you can be free from fears and worries and things like that. And oh my God, it's been life-changing for me in 2020.
To just retreat into the inner world and leave the outer one momentarily behind.
Yeah, I mean, like, for instance, right now, this is a great moment, and it doesn't matter, you know, the year might suck. There might be a lot of things that are going on that are hard, but like right now, this is a great moment. And if we stay present and enjoy our beer and enjoy our talk and enjoy the fans that are on here, then it can't be bad, you know?
And what to that I will say, to be with you, to be with the Thorns fans, to be with NWSL, these are the moments in life right now that I feel like connectivity, that joy, that spirit, and it gets me through. Your inner world, I do want to talk about that, but your outer world, your fascia line, Re-Ink, that gender neutral streetwear brand that you started with, and I don't care what anyone says, there are no greater clothing designers in the world who are also quite good at football. Meghan Rapinoe, Kristen Press, and Tobin Heath. What's the status with in this new reality for you? What's been your plan, your strategy?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen just lately we dropped a vote line with Michelle Obama?
America, yes,
Right?
amazing,
Like,
yeah.
she is so amazing. She's such an inspiration to us, and we absolutely love the Obamas and the first when they were first family and what they did for the country. So when we got that opportunity to work with her, we were like, hell yeah, and we jumped on. So I think it's about like making the connections like we talked about, and you know, just making sure that we're creating cool stuff over and over. And I honestly can say that I have no part in creating the cool stuff. That is all Tobin. She absolutely kicks ass at that. But like, I'm just happy to be a part of it and help however I can.
They've got to get Tobin on that Manchester United second kit. That needs some work. But question from a fan @Misha Blue. How much are you already missing Tobin Heath now of Manchester? And how did you say goodbye? Talk us through. Oh, it's not farewell. It's just see you later.
Yeah, it is. It's just see you later. And for me, it's like, I'm sad that my friend is gone. It's more of a friendship sort of thing. I, you know, wish she was in Portland and stuff, but I'm happy that she gets to have this new opportunity to try something new. And, you know, the team is kind of like, what are you going to do? You know, we're bummed she's gone, but that's what Tova wants to do. Everybody gets to make their own individual career paths and journeys and choices. And, you know, we're just happy that she feels good about the one that she's on.
To past, to journeys, to inner life, you have had so much to grapple with, and we all have. But Portland, the coronavirus, the ongoing Black Lives Matter demonstrations, you've had wildfires ravaging your your beautiful state of Oregon forcing games to be cancelled because of air quality. Mentally, I mean, I guess this is where the meditation comes in. I was going to ask you, how are you keeping a sense of focus, or are you even trying to keep a sense of focus? Because it is totally, I mean, the world is so crazy right now.
No, I am 100% trying to keep as much focus as I can. When I get to soccer, when I get to training, to me, it's like I'm 100% there and everything else needs to fade into the background. And I don't know if you can tell by watching, probably not, but I just feel so much joy playing this year. I feel so much joy like being with my teammates and just being and just playing soccer. Like everything about it is just fun for me. And to me, I feel it. Like I feel so much joy when I'm out there, and I feel like I can see it in me, a different person. Um, so to like honestly, soccer is the harbor, the safe harbor away from 2020 and the water wildfires and everything that's going on. Like it's my happy place, my safe place.
I mean, it is. I will drink to that because it is for me as well,
Me
and
too.
I acknowledge that in every regard. I mean, I think it's important to keep processing it and admit it. The repression of just engaging with football, with NWSL, with the Premier League, you know, with the Belarusian league when that's on, South Korean, I'll take whatever, whenever. There's something remarkable, and for you also training with your friends, playing with your friends. You know, Wayne Rooney used to say to me that no matter what was going on in the west of the world, in his family, his professional life, the negative, whatever was swirling, as soon as he stepped onto the football field, it was liberating and he felt connected to the game that he loved and still loves as much as when he was a kid. Is that what you feel when you get onto that football field?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like as soon as I step into soccer, I am just like able to push everything to the side, and I don't need to think about soccer. I practice so much every week that I already know what to do. I just need to be there and I need to play and I need to run, like, and then if you just allow yourself that freedom of not thinking, not worrying, no fear, then you can just like be your best self and play with joy. And so that's what I've been trying to do this year, because there are a lot of things going on outside the field that need a lot of thinking and a lot of talk and a lot of action. But when you get into the soccer space, you have to let that go. And when you're done, you can come back out and start thinking and doing and fixing again. Um, but I try and keep those two things separate.
I mean, I do want when you talk about the outside world, I do want to hit on that for a moment because there was a real power for me in your tweet from the weekend after the passing of Justice Bader Ginsburg. You said, Ruth Bader Ginsburg means more to me and to women than the men in our lives will ever understand. I grieve for her family, but I also grieve for what she stood for. She was reassurance that my life, my work, and my body matters. These are your words, that I am the captain of my own ship.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's not much else I can say to that except as a woman in sport, you get to see the sports world is essentially a microcosm of society in general, because racism is exacerbated, sexism is exacerbated, economic inequality is 100x exacerbated. And
True.
so we deal with a lot of injustice and indignities every single day that we step on the pitch or into the stadium or whatever else. So our team, and I'm really, really proud of the Thorns, because we've taken an incredibly like big step in our own self-development by having talks every week or every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, however, whenever we can, um, about Black Lives Matter, about injustices that are happening within our own country, whether it's in education or healthcare or the justice uh, system. So we are doing our best to figure out and hear and listen to our teammates that have been through it. and then just try and enact change. So we're doing our best because there's a lot going on, but we have to be tuned in because not only does it affect us, but it affects our best friends, you know? So we want to make sure that the world in general is an even playing field for everyone else. And to me, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was that person that leveled the playing field for women, for people of color, for LGBTQ plus, and a lot of marginalized communities that often have to overcome obstacles that straight, white, cisgender men, non-disabled men can never fully understand.
It's true. I mean, it's true. When I read your tweet, and I also thought about Becky Sauerbrunn, your friend, the remarkable, the people's captain, Becky Sauerbrunn, and when she had a chance to wear anybody's name on the back of her jersey in 2019, she wore RBJ on the back. I thought about that. We tweeted that out. It's a deeply powerful moment. In Becky's words, RBJ, she said at the time, RBJ at the time, she said, was a rock star to me. I mean, that was one great defender calling another very different American defender the greatest of all time. And I raise my glass to her memory and her legacy, please God. I mean, so much of life right now is finding ways to have a relief. We are all experiencing ups and downs, mood swings, times of challenge. You know, I actually loved, and I lived vicariously through it, you going on a tour of Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. Cling in nature. Are you a natural?
Yeah. So actually, I took a road trip home for kind of like all the reasons. And one of the reasons is because I only had a limited amount of time with my parents, and you know, they're being very careful with coronavirus, of course. And if I was to fly, they were going to make me quarantine 14 days in a hotel. So I was like, all right, well, it'd actually be faster to drive home all the way across the country. And then, you know, when I get home, then I can stay because I haven't come in contact with anybody. So one of my teammates honestly took the plunge and went with me. Can't believe it. Still friends, which is mind-boggling, by the way. But we went across the country. So we hit Yellowstone for a day, and then Grand Tetons, and then stopped at Mount Rushmore, and made it home in 5 days.
Holy crap.
I know.
And I'm not going to believe that you didn't just sit on the couch and stare at that World Cup medal, Kling, to be candid. The big question, Kling, so many fans sent a video of you from 2015, back when the US women's national team were asked by Fox to name their fears. Meghan Rapinoe randomly says she's terrified of big, yes, buried alive. Sydney LaRue, what's your biggest fear? Hers was vomit. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, you know, so many people have sent this video to me, and it is so funny, isn't it?
You said, I shouldn't be smiling when I'm saying this, but my greatest fear is...
My greatest fear is a global pandemic. And we're in the middle of one. So just think about how good meditation is for me right now.
So what the Dr. Fauci's a global pandemic? How did you know? And are you from the future, Kling? That's what I wanted to ask. America needs to know.
That's a great question. Honestly, no, not from the future, from the present. But have always, since I was younger, been scared of some sort of pandemic happening. I don't know where it started, where it came from. I'm not a germaphobe. Like, that's not an issue to me. But I remember when the bird flu happened, and I was in my junior year of college. It was the spring, and I was taking my final exams. And I got absolutely obliterated because I wasn't sleeping. I could barely study. I was wrapping myself up in a bubble, basically. And I was so scared of the pandemic that I couldn't even finish my finals. Ended up like crushing my GPA that year. But like, I don't know, this one is somehow different. I seem to be handling it okay.
Thank God. This is genuinely amazing. And I would advise a future woof in gambling for you. At Wedgeman Baby. Kling, did you watch football growing up? And who did you watch?
Yeah, so I did watch football growing up, not as much as I do now, because it was like my family watched American football. We would watch the Steelers and yeah, exactly. I watched the women's national team every time they were on, and I would go in person every time that I could go, knew all the players, knew everything about them, knew their tendencies. Like, I was obsessed. And then I actually genuinely really liked Man United, but I think that was like the only team that really was shown in America at that time. I think that my tastes have evolved, and now I'm a big fan of Dortmund. I really like Dortmund.
Oh, that is fascinating. You have definitely have evolved. I did love a September 12th tweet of yours, all caps. I'm so glad Leeds are back in the top flight. Kling,
I'm
what a
obsessed
connoisseur.
with Bielsa. Do you love Bielsa?
If you don't love Bielsa, you don't love life, my friend. What do you
I
like about him?
agree. Cheers to that. No,
Oh,
like Marcel Bielsa, I've been following him for years, and I just, one, love the way his teams play. I feel like I would be lucky to get him as a coach one day. And then two, I just love how he just latches onto a group and brings them in and brings in the community. And it's like, he's so all in that some clubs can't even take it. They have to like get rid of him
I know
because he's too all in.
he is so all in. I'm making a film about Leeds at the moment for NBC, and Bielsa. You know, when he came, they put him up in this fancy hotel, football style. What the football like? They're like bling, so we'll put him in a bling hotel. And he walked out as soon as he saw it and rented a one-room apartment above a candy store that was right by the ground. Like he has no interest in anything about. But it was just like he walked into this hotel, 5-star, crazy, you know, whatever the normal football life is. He just like looked at it, he's like, no. And he is like you. He's all in. He demands his players give their all. They love him and they hate him. He plays this game once a day called Murder Ball. No rules, no fouls. The ball permanently in play, just going into it. And that's how he trains the endurance mentally and physically. It's so Kling. Taekwondo
That
Kling
is
would
so
have.
my game. I'm going to bring that up to Mark Parsons. I'm going to let him know that we should be playing Murder Ball.
Yeah, and by the way, Kling will be dusting off the nunchuckers, and there are going to be are the nunchuckers still around? By the way, that was another question we got a lot of. Are you still martial artisting, or is that
Um,
a thing of the?
I haven't done that in a while, but I'd like to get back into it. Wait, one more thing about Bielsa. Did you hear that him? I'm sorry, I can't.
I
I'm
love it.
obsessed with
I
him.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Did you hear that he literally like marked down some blue paint on the road in Leeds from where he lives to the training facility, so he didn't have to think about like which way to go on his way there, so he could only think about soccer?
Yeah, are you telling me Mark Parson that you put little breadcrumbs right by from the Portland Stadium? Are you telling me it's a? I mean, he's a madman. He like marched into the training center and had a I was going to say shit fit, but I'm not allowed to say that because it's not appropriate. But he had one of those because the light switches were not at the optimum height, and he made them move them lower towards the hand level. I mean, this is a guy that is just working on another level, and it is remarkable to see. And Leeds are, I mean, especially let's say Jack Harrison, God love you, an amazing, fascinating journey to the pros via America. They are must-watch television, as are the Thorns, back in action in the NWSL 4 series. Magic, your club in a moment of transition. At Walker Rita says there's a lot of talk about building a culture at the Thorns right now. The great Mark Parsons talks about building relationships. What does that mean? How is it different to years past? What is the process and where are you in it?
Yeah, I mean, how much more time do we have? Because
And where are
I've
the light switches? Are the light
yeah,
switches in the right place?
exactly. Yeah, we've been rearranging all of the light switches, and yeah, that's been taking a while, but we're almost done with that. No, but I think what Mark has done a really good job of this year is reevaluating, like, what do we need to do not only to win, but to like have joy and like do things for our community, and like we're all aspects. So you can win on the field and then not give a shit about your community, or you can just be having fun and and not give a shit about winning, you know, but we want to be all the things. So it was talking about, you know, the pillars and the values and the principles that we are going to own every single day to ensure that we can create a culture that is not only about winning, but it's also about being a good person to your teammates, to yourself, and to your community. It's all the things. So it's always a work in progress. It's never done. We're still working on it every single day, every week. But I think that we can start to see the rewards of that through the play that we are putting out on the pitch every day in practice.
It's all the things, and we should say we are living in a new era. The Sophia Smith era has begun. We are all living it. What a goal at the weekend, 2 minutes after coming on, all that pressure, first pick in the draft, and what a gorgeous, gorgeous header. That was a beautiful, beautiful human moment, Kling.
Yeah, I mean, Sophia is a wonderful player, but it's not really, like, that's not how I judge her. She's so young. She's 20 years old, right? And the way that I don't want to say judge, but like kind of judge players.
You judge. You judge. Judge away.
Okay, fine. We'll say judge. Judge players is like their maturity level on and off the field. And Sophia already acts like Christine Sinclair at whatever age Sinky is at right now. So it's incredible to watch her work because she's got a lot of things to work on, technically, tactically, as we all do. But I've never seen a kid her age be mature enough to handle that stress and that pressure with the ease of somebody much older and much wiser. It's honestly the biggest compliment I could give her.
She couldn't really miss after the pass you delivered, though.
I love that. No, that was a great header. I mean, that, like, honestly, I've never seen her score a header goal. This is amazing.
You put it on the plate, though. That was KDB level crossing. It was beautiful. It was. How is it being reunited with Becky Sauerbrunn, captain of the Nerds squad, one of my favorite human beings in the whole game of football?
Oh my God, she's friggin' amazing. It's like, I actually, let me just interject. Kelly Hubley, by the way, has been incredible. Kelly is going to do big things in this league, no doubt. She's been playing great. But Becky and me have been playing together for like 8-10 years now, just on the national team, wherever. And there's just something effortless about being on the field next to her. And we just have this special connection where, you know, you jump in there with her and I just know exactly where she's going to be. And whenever I take a risk, I know she's going to have my back because she's literally never let me down before in my entire life. So it's wonderful because not only on the field do I love having her, but having her in Portland off the field is one of the greatest joys for me living here in Portland. Like today, for instance, actually this is caught on video, and if you search hard enough, I'm sure my teammates will definitely rat me and Becky out. But they were playing a song in the gym that particularly spoke to us. And we just started like headbanging our hair a bit, and it was just us two. And the team thought we were absolutely wild, but they were laughing. We were having a blast. So it's nice to have my, soccer soulmate back with me.
As long as it wasn't Phil Collins, you are entitled to have your moment. A very quick.
Wasn't Phil Collins.
Hey! No disrespect, Phil Collins. A lot of disrespect intended. We're going to do a couple of quick fire ones. At Royal Reina, if you weren't playing soccer, Kling, what occupation besides reeing would you be doing?
Ooh. I'm still figuring that out.
I think you'd be president. I think you'd be president is the right answer. At Emily Brabish. Oh, vegan Kling. All power to vegan Kling. I know you've been like 2 years-ish a vegan, and I love reading about how it's given you incredible strength in the weight room. It's where I've been going wrong all this time. What is the best vegan recipe you have tried during the pandemic?
Oh, okay. So I love to make up my own recipes. I do this vegan pizza. So it's vegan pizza with some Miyoko's cheese on top, which is this vegan brand. And then I'll do buffalo tempeh, soy sauce mushrooms with basil sprinkled on top, and
chef's kiss.
yeah, chef's
Oh, we're going the other way with this one. At Sean S. Ramblings, what is your favorite place to eat in your hometown of Pittsburgh? I like the way you gave Kling her hometown, just in case she couldn't remember. Pittsburgh, best place to eat. Not a lot of vegan options there. Not a lot of vegan options.
Not as many. My mom's house, that's for sure my favorite restaurant.
There you are. At the Klings with the World Cup medal, aka hot sausage at Reed Cheese. Not a lot of vegan options. We now descend into the true madness of NWSL fans. As regular viewers know, we have discovered, to my horror, over the past couple of months, that NWSL fans love nothing more than thinking about their players in bar fights. Are you ready for this? Kling, at Big
Sure.
S Pride, pioneered this question with great love. It's an old classic. Which teammates would you pick to back her up? It has to be 3 of them in a bar fight, and why? Bar fight kicking off. Merritt Pawson's gone and done so. Merritt Pawson's caused a bar fight.
So does it have to be Thorns teammates, or can it be anybody that
Anyone,
I've ever played with?
anyone ever. Ever.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I think this is gonna be kind of a crazy choice, but like Marta. I play with her in Sweden, and she's like, I've never seen somebody just like flip a switch like her. She's like, fine. Then she's not fine. She's like ready to go. So Marta.
She only plays football for the bar fight.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Marta. That's how she gets ready for games. She has a bar fight, then she comes out to the
Marta.
Yeah, Marta.
Number 2.
Emily Sonnet, I think she's probably been picked a few times. She's absolutely crazy in the brain, and I mean that in the most loving way possible, but that's the type of person I want behind me.
She carries a pool ball in a sock at all times, just in case, Emily Sonnet.
Yeah,
She ready. She ready. Number 3.
She's like sock in one pocket, cue ball in the other. And then last but not least, probably Ashlyn Harris. You know, we go way back. We go all the way back to, to UNC days. And I won't say that I've seen bar fights, but I haven't not seen them. So I just think that like me, Ashlyn, Sonnet, Marta could probably kick some serious ass. I don't think you've seen bar fights of Ashlyn. I think the right way of saying it is you've seen fire, you've seen rain. You've seen Ashlyn Harris days that you thought would never end. The final question before we move to the beauty is, we've been asking everyone, Mount Rushmore going to be carved properly, no men, just the 4 most legendary US women's footballers of all time in your mind. Whose faces would you carve on it? Who'd be up there? The 4 legends on whose shoulders we all rest. Well, besides it, can we get some like non-native land first? Can we probably pick a mountain that's not owned by somebody else? Let's do that first. We'll do it on the Trump Tower. We'll chisel it. Oh, perfect. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so best football players of all time. Michelle Akers has got to be on there. Akers, given. Definitely Mia Hamm. Should definitely be on there. Get out of here. Do these all have to be American players? You know what? It's a wide, as Cat Stevens would say, it's a wide world. Let's go. However, you're carving. I'm just watching. You're carving. You go for it. We are the world. We are the children. Let's do it. Obviously, I'd want to put Becky up there, but like only half her face and the other half is mine. Just, Someone needs to Photoshop that. That's amazing. Yeah, I love that. It's like a cockapoodle, a Kling brew. Come on, let's do it. I love that. That's amazing. So we've got Akers, we've got Mia, we've got the Kling brew, and the 4th, Sophia Smith. Sophia Smith, maybe. She's still got to work for it, but I'd say Christine Sinclair, because she's been living in America long enough to be considered an almost American. God, she is. Oh, God, genuinely, the all-time greatest goal scorer. Just a machine in a remarkable way. I cannot wait for that to be carved.
someone Photoshop it now. Kling, last question for you. There's lots of people caught up in the struggle right now for whom you are, I mean, I'm amongst them. You, Kling, are an inspiration. And I want to finish by ceding the floor to you. Give us some words of optimism from which you draw strength in challenging times, Kling.
Wow. Okay, here we go. 2020 has been my personally hardest year for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to go into and people don't know in general. I know everybody's going through it, but for me personally, this has been a hard one. But I also know that there are things that have happened to me and for me this year that have been some of the biggest blessings in my life. And I think that we don't need to ignore all the things that are hard, because that is just burying our head in the sand. But at the same time, we should count the blessings that we do have, and fight for more always. Be grateful for where we are and who we are and what we have, but also be unsatisfied. So currently I'm satisfied being unsatisfied with the world, and hopefully can make my own personal world better, but make the world better for other people as well.
Oh, Kling, to being satisfied, being unsatisfied. Meghan Klingenberg, you are such a multifaceted joy as a human being, as a footballer, as someone to spend and bring together this football community in America. I raise my burden, joy and tribute to you, to your creativity, your honesty, your joy, your Paul and Thorns, and mostly your approach to life, which I do genuinely. I leave this seeking to emulate. So thank you to you. Courage, Meghan. Oh, we'll be back, please God, next Wednesday on Instagram Live for some more NWSL action. Until then, Bud fam, blood fam, big love wherever you are in America, and courage.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Raj. You guys rock. Tell
You're
Davo to say hi.
amazing. You're amazing.